We always love when these next guys come in with their fine feathered friends from Sylvan Heights Bird Park. They travel up from North Carolina, just over the Virginia border, and they always bring some great friends with us. Brett and Mike Lubbock from Sylvan Heights Bird Park. It's wonderful to see you, gentlemen.
Good to see you, too.
Okay,
It's a pleasure.
it is nice to see you guys. So at the beginning, Brett, we were talking about this guy right here. He is a call duck?
Correct. It is
Yeah.
a call duck, and it's a domestic. A lot of the stuff we deal with is exotic, rare, and endangered species.
Indeed.
But domestics do have a part in this world, and this one actually was raised to. I'll let Dad explain.
Well, basically, they're called call ducks because they make this quack, 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 quack a lot of time. Not just as you're going to do it right now, but why they did it, it was from Holland originally and then England, is for the hunters, basically, unfortunately. But anyway, they put them on the ponds to make all this noise to bring in the wild birds. That's how they originated.
So they were calling in the wild
ducks.
birds.
Yeah, but now there are all kinds of different color phases of them, and a lot of people keep them because they're domesticated and they're rather nice. You see, their beaks are rather short.
They are.
Yeah, compared to that's
Where
the
are
way
they
they've been bred.
found
Well-
across the United States?
Many people keep them. I mean, just like sort of.
But it's not a wild
hobby.
species, so it would be like a farm or something.
Yeah, like a hobby. You know.
It's not a wild. But look at the colors on the feather right there. That's
It's stunning right here.
and that's the female. The male will have multiple colors on it.
Now, you're holding it from the bottom. You're not
Well, I
necessarily
can
worried
definitely
about it flying away?
No, she won't fly. If she does, she won't go very far.
We
That's
have a
one
little
thing about the
pond over
domestic-
here in the
Yeah, that's right.
CBS6 backyard weather garden.
Yeah.
How old is this beautiful bird right here?
She's what, 9 months old?
Oh, just a
About-
baby.
Yeah, just a baby. Yeah.
And how much bigger will she get?
No, that's
fully
it.
grown.
Fully grown.
She's fully grown.
Yeah, yeah.
And are they solitary figures, these birds, or do they like to hang out in flocks?
These guys flocks really. It comes from the mallard family, which is a common duck originally. That's how they've been bred from that family, and they like to hang out in flocks.
I
Of
noticed
course, pair.
web feeding as well.
Oh yeah, web feeding.
It's
All
a
right.
duck. All right, we ready? Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna
Back
go.
into the cage. Do we
Yeah.
even have a name for this beautiful
Well,
bird?
I'm sure there is, but we got so many ducks and things. I don't remember all their names.
You have
And
to bring a name tag.
Yeah, all right. I'm afraid.
Wow, look at this guy.
This is a very interesting bird.
What kind of bird
It's
is
called
this?
a tinamou.
A tinamou.
Tinamou, and it comes from South America. And you know its closest relative is the ostrich and emu. It's a ratite.
It's a ratite. And what is a ratite?
Well, that's that family of ostriches. You wouldn't think so by looking at it. You think it's more
No.
like a partridge or a pheasant.
Sure.
But the interesting thing is, in the ratite family, the male sits on the eggs. So do these do. But also the eggs these guys lay, a beautiful greeny, glossy color. And we should have brought one up, but we didn't.
Well, the male is sitting on it.
the male sitting on it, exactly, yeah.
And how old is this bird right here?
That bird's about second year, so it's 2 years old.
And it has this little alfalfalfa thing going on
feather
up
on
here
the-
as
On his
well.
head,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's very regal looking.
It is.
It's a neat bird.
Are these endangered?
There's other species of them, like greater tinamous, etc. This particular one's called the elegant tinamou.
I can
because of
see
that.
why.
Yeah, well, yeah. And they're not endangered, but there aren't that many, in North America in zoos or anything else. And we actually do breed them.
And I'm holding her because I just don't want her to slip on the table and
No.
stuff. So that's
Yeah,
why I'm
yeah.
holding her like this. So.
And how long have you had something like this? Was it born in captivity?
This one actually it was born from one of our breeding pairs.
This is beautiful, and it's very calm
Yeah.
as well.
Well, we actually have them in on what we call our landing zone, and they're running around between people's feet and things.
This
They're
one
very
actually is
tame.
from the landing zone, so
Yeah.
when you're in there with the parakeets and the flamingos and stuff. But I mean, our main goal is to educate people about a lot of these species in the world. I mean, we know about birds locally, but there's populations that are dying off worldwide, and we do have a purpose to help save those species. So if we turn ourselves away from the rest of the world and what's going on, I think we're doing a disjustice.
Like, tell us about the reaction that people get when they walk in at the landing zone,
Well-
and they can get up close and personal with a bird like this. That's from South America.
Yeah, but the landing zone's unique in itself because, first of all, you can feed all these parakeets in there and they fly on you and everything else. But we have a lot of birds that are rather like tinamou that are very tame, and they come right up to you. So, you get a personal touch, really. And even the
that's-
flamingos in there.
And that really is what's so special about
Yeah.
Sylvan Heights. then.
Absolutely, yeah.
How long ago did you get started in this?
Me?
Yeah.
Over 50 years.
50 years?
Yeah. I've
So
been
when
a
you
long
were
time.
10.
No, well, thank you very much. Yeah. I like to
And
say
how many
that.
birds do you have down there?
Oh, well, we have a breeding centre which has about 2,500, and the park itself is about 2,000 too. I mean, actually, we have 250 species of birds now.
250,
Yeah.
including this fine feathered friend right here?
Yeah, this is a Coscarober swan. And it's a swan,
It's a swan.
yeah, but it's linked to geese and ducks. Now, most swans up here where the feathers are, the skin goes back to the eye normally. Not with this guy. He also has like a goose-like beak, slightly. But look at the length of the legs. Very tall. The swans are much shorter for paddling. So these can do quite a lot of running on the land.
Pretty
as well.
fast?
Pretty fast, yeah. They come from South America, and they're a link between ducks, geese, and swans. And waterfowl is one of our main things, always has been. And so it's an interesting education bird to show how it's linked between the ducks and the geese and the swans.
What a combination.
Yeah, but the interesting thing is it's called Koskaroba. That is an onomatopoeic word, which means when she calls, it sounds like her name. She Koskaroba. I can't do it very well.
That was pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
She turned her head. Did you notice? And tell us, as a visitor, you're not just having birds come walking up to you, though. You can get up close and start petting them like this as well.
Well, some of the, mainly in the landing zone, the thing about the birds in the park, they think you're just part of their habitat. So they're not bothered. When my father was designing the aviaries, it wasn't just about the visitors, it was about the birds, making sure they were happy in their exhibits. And when people are going around, they realize that we've really made sure there's plenty of space for these birds to get around. And so when you're in there, they're just like, okay, there's a person walking through our garden.
And very quickly, this little beak right here, it looks like there's little nudges or little teeth or something like that.
Yes, it's almost for getting weeds and things. I'm not going to open a beak, but they're like kind of, you can see almost like little teeth.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And you can see this down there at Sylvan Heights Bird
yes,
Park. And at
definitely,
1:15, you have talks every day.
Yeah, the keepers do their talks, and it's a great way to get to meet someone and ask some questions about it. And every day they do a little different bird or animal.
Brett and Mike Lubbock, we really appreciate you coming up from North Carolina, Sylvan Heights Bird Park, but also, in the grand scheme of things, what you do to save these beautiful birds.
Thank you so much.
We really appreciate it. Job well done.